Sup guys, it's Alex here, and welcome to the second edition of the coin flip bracket for the 2018 NCAA tournament. The first time I did it, which I posted it yesterday, we had an 11 seed San Diego State win it all. That was absolutely crazy. We had a 16 seed in the Elite Eight. I told you guys that if it got 50 likes, then I would do another one. We blew that away. It had like almost 80 likes at the time that I last checked. It had over 2,000 total views in less than a day, so that was absolutely insane to see. So I thought, why not make another one? Why not see what will happen? Of course, it'll be called Super Celtic 24 Coin Flip 2, and we're going to join the fans of Kentucky because I'm a Kentucky fan, and my group on ESPN for the Super Celtic 24 subscribers. As you can see right there, I made a video about it earlier, the Super Celtic 24 subs. If you're new here and haven't already subscribed and watched my videos, make sure you like this video and subscribe, and join the Super Celtic 24 subs group on the ESPN Tournament Challenge. And the winner of that tournament challenge group will get a shout out on YouTube after the tournament's over. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy upsets and stuff like that. This is not going to be realistic at all. Last year's coin flip bracket finished in like the bottom 3% of brackets total. But this is all for fun. So without further ado, let's get things going. So our first one, going to press enter there. Are we going to have an upset? No, we're having Virginia moving on. Creighton and Kansas State. I'm feeling a tails here. I am feeling an upset. And it is tails. Oh, I forgot to say, too, if you're new here, too, the higher-ranked team, or the one on top, will always be heads. The one on bottom will always be tails. So even if it's like a 3 and a 2 right there, heads would be the team that's on top of the bracket. So just clarifying that right there. We'll go ahead and get back into it. Kentucky versus Davidson. We have Davidson pulling off the upset as a double-digit seed already. Arizona and Buffalo. And we got Arizona moving on there. Miami, Florida, and Loyola, Chicago. I feel like Loyola, Chicago could win this in real life, and they will on here. Tennessee and Wright State. This one's pretty obvious. Tennessee's going to win, but will they on here? They will. We got the 3 and 4 seeds moving on there. 7, Nevada versus 10, Texas. I'm going to be seeing this live, and it will be Nevada. I think that Texas is going to win that in real life. I'll also get to see the Cincinnati and Georgia State game live. Let's see what happens. And we have an upset, just like in the first coin flip video. We got number 15, Georgia State, moving on. And I'm going to go ahead and go right here. I usually scroll down, but I'm going to start on the right side here. Villanova versus the winner of LIU Brooklyn and Radford. That's going to be decided tonight. And we have our first 16 seed moving on. We have the winner of LIU Brooklyn and Radford, which I think will be Radford, moving on. Man, that's going to be crazy. Virginia Tech and Alabama. Who do we got moving on? We have Virginia Tech moving on. West Virginia and Murray State. Murray State's from my home state of Kentucky, and they're going to beat West Virginia. Wichita State and Marshall. Marshall was a bid thief over there winning the Conference USA, but they're going to lose to Wichita State. Florida and the winner of St. Bonaventure and UCLA. Those two teams play tonight. I think St. Bonaventure is going to win that, and it's Florida moving on. And my other bracket had Stephen F. Austin winning here in the coin flip. Will they win again? Texas Tech versus Stephen F. Austin. And we have Stephen F. Austin moving on as a 14 seed. 7 Arkansas versus 10 Butler. Who do we got moving on? We have Arkansas. Okay. Purdue and Cal State Fullerton. 2 15 seeds moving on. We got 2 15 seeds moving on. Wow. So we're going to go do this bottom left side of the bracket. Xavier and the winner of NC Central and Texas Southern. And we have Xavier moving on. We're only going to have a chance at 2 16 seeds. You never know what's going to happen there. Missouri and Florida State. Who do we have moving on? We got Florida State, Ohio State, and South Dakota State. Will Mike Down lead South Dakota State to a victory? No, they will not. Ohio State gets the dub there. Gonzaga and UNC Greensboro. A lot of people have Gonzaga moving in real life out of this region to the Final Four. I think that might happen here too. Right here. Houston and San Diego State. I had San Diego State going all the way in my first coin flip bracket. Will they be eliminated in the first round on this? Will we have a new national champion? We will. San Diego State has been eliminated. We are guaranteed to have a new champion. And we have tails here. We got Montana as a 14 seed upsetting Michigan. If that happened in real life, that would be a huge upset. Now we got Texas A&M and Providence. We got Texas A&M moving on here. UNC and Lipscomb. Will it be another huge upset? We got Lipscomb. All 15 seeds have moved on so far. Man, this is absolutely insane. So now Kansas and Penn. Will we have 2 16 seeds? We will not. We got Kansas moving on there. Now we got Seton Hall and NC State. Battle of the 8 versus 9. And we have Seton Hall moving on. Clemson and New Mexico State. I think New Mexico State could win this in real life. Will they on here? They will. We got New Mexico State moving on. Auburn and Charleston. Let's see who we got moving on. We have Charleston moving on. Okay. TCU and the winner of Arizona State and Syracuse. Who do we have moving on? We have Arizona State and Syracuse. Okay. Michigan State and Bucknell. Who do we got? Will we have Michigan State? We will not. Bucknell moves on as a 14 seed. Montana, Bucknell, and Stephen F. Austin all moving on as 14 seeds. All right, let's see. 7-10 matchup. We got the 7 seed Rhode Island. I want it Rams, I think. Yeah, they're the Rams. And we got Duke and Iona. Will we have all 15 seeds moving on? We will. All 15 seeds are moving on to the second round. Man, none of the 2 seeds are safe. Going up here, we got Virginia versus Kansas State. Kansas State won this in the last one. Will we have the number 1 overall seed moving on? We will. Davidson versus Arizona. Heads for Davidson. Will we get another upset? We will not. We got Arizona moving on to the Sweet 16. Loyola Chicago and Tennessee. Will we have Loyola Chicago moving on? We need heads. And we got tails, Tennessee, the Chalk's holding right there. Nevada and Georgia State. Can we get a 15 seed in the Sweet 16? We will. We got Georgia State moving on to the Sweet 16. I'm going to go back to this right side. Now we need the 16 seed to move on. The winner of LIU Brooklyn/Radford versus Virginia Tech. Who do we got moving on? Come on, 16 seed heads. Our 16 seed has already been eliminated. But that's okay. We got all 4 15 seeds still alive. And we got heads right here. We got Murray State continuing their Cinderella run into the Sweet 16. Florida and Stephen F. Austin. Will we have a 14 seed in the Sweet 16? We will not. We got Florida moving on. Arkansas and Cal State Fullerton. Will the 15 seeds still be alive? Will they be alive? They will. We got 2 15 seeds, as you can see there. We're 2 for 2 for getting those 15 seeds in the Sweet 16. Xavier and Florida State. Who do we got moving on to the Sweet 16? We have Florida State pulling off the upset. Let's see who we got here. Ohio State and Gonzaga. This one could be a real matchup in real life, and we got Ohio State with Keita Bates-Diop moving on. Houston and Montana. Can we get a 14 seed in the Sweet 16? We will. We got Montana. Will they face Lipscomb? Come on, please. I really hope it's Lipscomb. Please be Lipscomb. And it is Lipscomb. Let's go. Kansas versus Seton Hall. If it's heads, we got Kansas. Will we have 2 number 1s? We will. We got 2 number 1s in the Sweet 16. New Mexico State and Charleston. We're going to have a double-digit seed facing Kansas, and it's going to be Charleston. We're guaranteed a double-digit seed here. Arizona State and Syracuse versus Bucknell. Who do we got moving on? Please be Bucknell. Please be the 14. We got Bucknell moving on as a 14. Well, we have all 4 15 seeds in the Sweet 16. Come on, Iona. Please beat Rhode Island. Please be tails. Please be tails. Please be tails. That's okay. We got Rhode Island moving on. So, first spot in the Elite 8. Virginia versus Arizona. Who do we got moving on? Will it be? It is Arizona. Our number 1 overall seed is out. We only got 1 number 1 seed left. So then we have Tennessee and Georgia State. Will we have a 15 seed in the Elite 8? We will not. We got Tennessee moving on. Our first 15 seed has come to an end. Virginia Tech versus Murray State. Will we have a double-digit seed in the Elite 8? We will not. Chalk's holding so far. We got Virginia Tech in the Elite 8. Florida and Cal State Fullerton. We need this 15 seed in the Elite 8. Come on, Tails. We got Cal State Fullerton in the Elite 8. The dream is still alive for a 15 seed to win it all. Then Florida State and Ohio State. Who do we got moving on here? Please be Florida State heads. And it is Florida State. We got a 9 seed. Then we're guaranteed a 14 or a 15 seed in the Elite 8 from here. Montana versus Lipscomb. Let's get a 15. Will it be a 15 Lipscomb? It won up, but that's okay. We got a 14 seed moving on Montana. Kansas and Charleston. I want to see the upset here. Come on, Charleston. Please win. Please win. We need tails. We got tails. All number 1 seeds are gone. We got Charleston moving on to the Elite 8. Bucknell versus Rhode Island. Come on, Bucknell. We need to be guaranteed a double-digit seed in the Final 4. We need heads on this one. Bucknell, please give us heads. And we got heads. We're going to have a 13 or 14 seed in the Final 4. All right, let's see what happens. Arizona versus Tennessee. I bet it's going to be Tennessee with tails. And it is Tennessee with tails moving on to the Final 4. 8 Virginia Tech versus the 15 seed Cal State Fullerton. Cal State Fullerton's the only 15 seed left. Let's see if they can get to the Final 4. We need tails. And we have heads. We got Virginia Tech in the Final 4. over there. So we have 2 single-digit seeds so far. Let's see if we can't get Montana in the Final Four. Come on, please be tails. Please be tails. It is tails. We got a 14 seed in the Final Four. Then we're guaranteed another Final Four or double-digit seed in the Final Four over here. We have number 13 Charleston versus number 14 Bucknell. Who do we got moving on to the Final Four to face Virginia Tech? We have the 13 seed Charleston moving on. All right, here we go for a spot in the national championship game. Tennessee and Montana. Will we have a 14 seed in the national championship game? We will not. We got Tennessee moving on as a 3. All right, come on, Charleston. I want to see Charleston win this. Please be tails. Please be tails. Ah, it's heads. We're not going to have a double-digit seed in the championship game. But that's okay. We got 2 double-digit seeds in the Final Four. So for the national championship, Tennessee is heads. Virginia Tech is tails. Who do we have winning it all? We have Tennessee winning it all as a 3 seed. Wow, I'm just going to put some random final score in there, 69 to 63. Let's just go with that. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. In our second coin flip video, we have number 3 Tennessee moving on. There was some pretty crazy moments right there. We had all 15 seeds in the Sweet 16. We have 2 double-digit seeds in the Final Four, a 13 and a 14. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like it if you did. That's probably going to be the last coin flip bracket that I do. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new here, I'm going to be going to Nashville for the NCAA tournament. I'll be posting game-by-game coverage of that. There's 4 games on Friday and 2 on Sunday with the winners of those 4 games. So I'll be posting videos on that. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed and comment below what your reactions are and if you did your own coin flip bracket. Make sure you join the ESPN Tournament Challenge group, the Super Celtic 24 subs up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Thanks for watching.